guys, I was not gonna say anything about this. Happy Halloween. I was not gonna say anything about this because I don't want people to be like, well, nothing happened anyways, like, you're just doing this for attention, or like, oh, I don't know, just say something stupid. But I'm gonna talk about it because, school shootings do happen, and I don't think it's funny when people, like, have the audacity to, like, joke about it, or, like, do stuff to cause chaos at a school, or, like, I don't know, it's just annoying. Let me just explain what happened. So, on Monday, which was already bad because there was an actual school shooting in North Carolina, on Monday I got to school, and my school has student IDs, like I'm sure every school does. Here's mine. They have school IDs, and they don't really use them that much, but on Monday there were students outside, and the security guards wouldn't let them in unless they had their student ID, which I don't really get, because if the person who made the threat was a student, obviously they would have their student IDs, and they weren't searching backpacks or anything. So yeah, there were students waiting outside calling their parents to bring them their IDs so they can get into school, and I had no idea what was going on. I was like, well, this is really weird, like, our school never does this. And so I get to class, and this kid turns around to me, and he's like, I'm guessing you already heard. And I'm like, heard what? And he shows me this post on Instagram, and it's a picture of a gun, and it's, they tagged my school as the location, and they're just basically threatening to shoot up my school. And I had not heard about this, so when I got there, I was like, oh, like, everybody was freaking out. And I feel like it was just a kid who was trying to either cause chaos or try and be funny, or who wanted to miss school but didn't want to ask their parents, or something stupid. And that's what I think. But yeah, a bunch of people started getting called out, and so our office was like, if you get called out, just go to the auditorium instead of the front office, because people were going crazy in the office, like, trying to figure out who did it, and they were calling students in who they thought knew about it. And so I wasn't gonna get called out because, I mean, I didn't really think much of it, but these were my classes. Like, this was my second hour. And so the teachers were like, we can't teach anything if we don't have any students here. And I even asked my teacher yesterday, I was like, how many people were in fourth hour, which is my last class? And she said 7. So this post really disrupted everybody, and so it just ruined kind of the whole school day. Like, the teachers couldn't teach anything because they didn't have any students. So I got called out during second hour, and I went down to the auditorium like they said, and there were students there who they got called out at 9 a.m. and I got down there at 10:40, and the teachers wouldn't let them go because the office hadn't signed their pass yet, because the office was just so backed up with parents calling and just trying to figure out who posted it and if it was a real threat or not. And so people had to wait in the auditorium for their passes, and there was people who haven't gotten them yet. So they told us all to go back to class, but everybody was just so fed up. There were people who were waiting there for like an hour and a half, like, waiting to go home, and so we all just kind of left anyways. And I don't know, I just don't think it's okay, because these things do happen, and one of these days it could happen to my school, and the people that joked about it, or who were like, yeah, like, we get a day off of school, it could happen. So I don't know, I just don't think it's something to joke about, because it is a really sensitive topic. And, like, my parents were worried, and they were texting me a lot for updates, because obviously the office couldn't send out emails right away because they didn't know what was going on. So I can't imagine other parents who were worried about their kids, or, like, even the parents who couldn't call their kids out and were worried. And it's just like, it's like an awful thing to do to people, because of how many school shootings there have been this year and last year. Yeah, I mean, it just kind of ruined the whole day. And they said, our teacher came on and emailed all the parents saying that it was somebody from out of the country who posted it, but I don't think that's true, because they made this account and they were following people from my school, even people who didn't even have, like, their school in, like, their bio. So, like, how would someone from out of the country know, like, oh, that person goes to your school, like, let me follow them so they see this post? So, I don't know, I just don't think it's something to joke about, so just don't do that. Kind of sucks. It kind of sucks that this is the world we live in, where people either think it's okay to do that or joke about it, or just in general, like, the amount of school shootings we have is ridiculous. And we not only had this threat at my school on Monday, but like a few weeks ago they had another threat in a school that's like 5 minutes away. It's like in the same city as mine. So yeah, I mean, it's gotta stop. Like, it's freaking ridiculous, and it scares people, and I don't know. I feel like I was very repetitive, but like, it's not okay. So that's all really I have to say about this. So yeah, that's it. Bye.